in another time or space. Casters, leave it in your very capable hands.
Thanks, Bim. Here we go, Asarai. Second map between Galaxy Racer versus Boom Esports. And looking at the comps, you got GXR with that dynamic duelist duo of Georgie Neven still filling those roles. And it does feel like it's more or less the comfort picks yet again. Carl on the sky this time, Ching gonna be on the omen, Johan on that Killjoy. But Boom Esports on the flip side, it does seem like there's that confidence. Eeyor's gonna be on the Reyna.
We waste no time to get started with the pistol round from the get-go. I was about to mention as well, Dax, that this definitely is the series to go to infinity and beyond. Whether it's GXR or Boom, well, only time will tell. GXR, as you mentioned, is going to be playing Carl on a Sky. And I actually can't remember if in this particular map he has used this particular agent here, because he's always been just adamant about the breach. And, well, that's not really going to matter now, as the pop flash, good with the guiding lights. These nades being thrown will at least tag down Flipster and then NC Slasher. But what this also does, it's a byproduct. Great mid control for GXR, as now they're working their way onto ropes. But that spike is all but rotated to the B heaven. So a bit of cut noise, and this already tramples the mentality of Boom. Even then, there's still going to be a shutdown onto Georgie, but the numbers favoring GXR.
Yeah, 4v3 right now as Ammon does get some confirmation with the Boom bot. As we go on to B side though, Flipster will have to hold the line by himself. There's the paranoia right now connecting onto 3, and Johan will be the first one to fall in that trifecta. Carl though in the meantime with the takedown onto Flipster in response. Chain comes close and gets rid of NC Slasher, and it's all up to Eeyore right now. If he can get a single kill, it will help him out immensely, but not the case. Carl with a 3k. And Asarai, I think you were talking with Carl of stage 2, not Carl of stage 3, because he has been happy to pick up this guy. And really, the past is past. He will say the present is the present, and the sky is the future here of Galaxy Racer.
Well, Carl is one of those players that can translate their brilliance even without being a duelist. Again, we always talk about duelists and whatnot, but I always like to emphasize that utility players in Southeast Asia are diamond in the rough. They are so difficult to find, needle in a haystack, but when you can, do not let them go, because they can just open up sights for you and clutch rounds when they don't have the big honcho duelist to make that impact for them. Cheng is going to be holding in the flank here, spots out Eeyore, is going to be happy with the kill already, giving the information that the A side is going to be one down, but the rest of GXR still want to fight for this B. Could be something by Boom, as Flipsitter was just holding hard with the classic in the rope side. GXR now, as the pinch comes in from Ching, will be looking to go for rope straight up to the A heavens.
Yeah, and I completely agree with that, right. These utility roles are essential. Emma now with the takedown onto Asterisk. But we saw there in the previous matchup on split between the Oasis Gaming and the Cerberus, right, that the Sentinels are the one stepping it up, as now GXR has the 2-man advantage. In the previous game of this matchup itself, it was the Initiators, and right now the initiation of GXR is good to go. 2-0 off the good start, and they're on the attacking side here, so this is a good sign for GXR if they can build up a few more points in this game.
Attacking side is always the side that you want to get as many points as possible, especially on split. And GXR having their hands dipped in a bit to the round pool is already a good statement for them. Now, Boom got themselves a lot of firepower here, Dax. Going into the third round, we do see all the rifles in the world. Now, seeing just a ratio of about 2 Vandals, 3 Phantoms. So it's a bit of that Phantom supremacy for Boom here. They want to be able to break utility and spray through smokes without getting resprayed themselves. And this gives them a lot of power, at least, when GXR don't really have the big cojones weapons for now. And that dog, or rather that Trailblazer, trying to sniff out somebody who was playing on male, but spots out none.
Apparently, they can't get a sniff of intel right now, as GXR are going to be going into the middle. And we'll try at least to play the entries. They know that they need to hustle, and they need the bustle to get closer and closer to these sites. 4 Spectres, though, and a single Phantom in hand here for GXR. Fast fire rate is the answer in their arsenal, but on the flip side, Boom Esports prepared with the rifles in hand. Seems like though GXR feel very dicey about this beat take. They are going to go to A instead, where the Sage is waiting here. Going to be interesting how Blaze is going to play this out. He does have a single slow orb still here, Mr. Asarai, and if he can just get the lob on and find some targets, it's going to be big to cut up the push of GXR. Georgie now with that start, but no, he immediately gets stopped there by Blaze. Red light, green light, but now Evan will go, but Eeyore will say die to Carl there. 4v3 now.
The positioning is so strong by Eeyore. Nobody actually spots it out if you're not actively looking for it. Eeyore's going to get another pick off here. This is going to be a wide swing. And that bonus round, well, it's a bonus that was given for Boom. Sometimes, you want that bonus, but it's that other coworker that gets it. And look at this little pick out from Eeyore. Sees the legs. You know what? Eeyore seems to be a leg man. And a head man as well. And that's just going to give Boom nice little light to start the split map for themselves, 2-1.
Yeah, I'm surprised you know those tastes, but Eeyore there just tasting blood and tasting the souls of the opposition, giving Boom Esports that first point on the board. And we get back to the Valorant standard. Is that official merch on Split? I wonder if ever they're gonna release those kind of apparel. I would buy that in a heartbeat, and I know
Windbreaker
you
jacket,
would too.
man. Sorry, I just had to say
Exactly. No, you're right. Exactly that. As Eeyore right now will be in the right here versus Evan. And we can talk about some Valorant clothes later on. But let's talk about the action here as GXR are pushing onto A side. But Boom finding Ching and Blaze. Boombot connecting onto the Omen in that situation. And even though GXR got the acceleration to A side there, Asarai, they now have to hit reverse, and Carl with 16 HP. The Sky can heal others, but not themselves.
The big problem too is because he has a Phantom, basically that. Even if he hits a one-hit headshot, it's 140 damage at that far enough distance, so he has to close the gap, has to push in. The smoke is gonna make it so that he can't sneak up, but it doesn't give him any information that both the players of Boom have gone straight to the B side, the wall, straight into the face of Carl here, and that itty-bitty wall, itty-bitty hole. Actually, it was the hole that gave Blaze the advantage, and what a stop to the press of GXR on the A side.
And the two most hated numbers in Valorant, -140 and -145. And you make a good point there. There was a chance for Carl, though, as Boom Esports did come closer and closer, but the wall play, pretty interesting and pretty smart. Blaze, of course, such a big mind behind this guy. As we say, I believe he's the captain of the squad, plays at Sova, plays at Sage right now, and he just knows how to make utility even better for his team. But now it's time for the Shroud to step, and Flipster braving the fires there of the Nanoswarm. Doesn't care about the pain, doesn't care about the HP loss. They want to get that garage hold, and Blaze has to back away, respecting Georgie and the Blades.
Can make him into quick sushi. Oh, he gets stopped with dash, but still gets the value. Although Flipsitter, as they were trying to heal himself back out, the nade, unfortunate for Georgie there. The damage not really maximized, but minimized, as there was the catch up by the rest of the Boom squad. Carl's going to be into the corner, spraying randomly through the smoke, finds a pick onto Eeyore, and that is perfect. At least even in this eco round for GXR, they're making waves, they're making strides. And this wall dissipates as it melts up. There is going to be a lot of loot outside of B main and B heavens.
Yeah, just a legendary explosion of guns there. Boom Esports will try to prevent GXR from getting this cachet. Carl, though, in the meantime, these secrets are going to be perfect. 3 members left. They're on the hunt and will give the intel. Showstopper's available here for Flipsitter, and he's going to unleash it. Lets it rip. Misses the shot, though. Doesn't get the connection onto the takedowns, but Johan is there to hit the shot instead. Paranoid there from NC Slasher to try and help out. Unfortunately, didn't really pan out there for Boom Esports, and here we have it. High ground for Johan. That's a takedown. Asterisk in the meantime, spraying behind the smoke and more before it lands. And now in a 2v1, the turret will be that first contact. Alarm bot now gonna get broken. There we go with a few peeks here and there, but Ching from the side of the default will allow GXR to get the thrifty win. Misplays on both sides, ends with GXR winning out that round.
What a punish on that. Yeah, he bumped his head on the wall, but still Georgie gets a kill. Only Georgie. Georgie of the jungle. My goodness. But this particular clip here in that replay, the few seconds before that, the dip in and dip out of players from GXR, and the, as you mentioned it, just the not good follow-up, or let's just not sugarcoat, the whiffs from Boom, able to give GXR a nice little thrifty, and when all is said and done, that is still a round that they'll take in the end. Although GXR pulls the trigger once more, so aggressive just to keep charging it on this A side, but now Eman finds some value as the double satchel, claims Eeyore at the back of it, setting up Johan for a use immediately onto the lockdown. They'll stop Boom from making things happen, and they can't really shut down that big ultimate, and GXR have most, or if not all of the rain on the A side for now.
Yeah, they're clearing out that front line, and just to build on your point a while ago, Georgie of the split, watch out for that wall as this attain. Oh no, asterisk. Okay, Carl is just all business right now. Usually you'd see GXR look for that knife. Not today. GXR knows they want to get a map win in this series. It's all about securing the victories as quickly as possible, and they're up by 2 here. Well, they're on the attacking side. Things are looking pretty stellar here for GXR, all things considered.
Yeah. Definite 4-2 on attacking side. That is huge for GXR here. And I think they rattled Boom a little bit there. You saw Boom was very much prepared with the crossfires and whatnot, but all Eman had to do was go with the confidence peak. It's not the easiest thing to do. It's not the easiest thing to be said, but when you can, impact, as you see, is monumental. Blaze is playing around the corner of the smoke, but gets caught out into the open. Lichter is going to be just holding the angle here, but once again, the Elder Flame spews fire, but not in the right direction. NC Slasher whips out, even hones in onto the cranium of NC Slasher there, but Shing still gets the kill. That's going to be a fast win here for GXR, and Dax, I don't know, they've been putting these 0 to 50s to 0 to 100s very quickly in the past 2 rounds.
Zoom zoom as GXR will make Boom go boom, basically. And with a 5-2 scoreline, Galaxy Racer is off to the races, playing to the namesake, and looking stellar so far. Gotta say, though, it's a bit reminiscent of the previous series Boom Esports had. They had a contested map number 1 win versus BAM when BAM found their footing. And map number 2, they were just getting outclassed. Will it be the same case? Does Boom Esports run out of steam on a map basis? Is that going to be the situation right now in the group stage and still give us a 1-1 scoreline all throughout this group so far? In any case, though, GXR now back onto the A side. They know that they have free reign to go there quickly. They know they have the gun advantage, and they're just confident to put that spike down. Eeyore, though, trying to play the peaks, and he still gets the kill off the Georgie there. Dismiss, back on away. Does have that Empress if ever. Carl, though, taking a few taps now, but NC Slasher will still die. It's 4v4, and oh, Boom. They want to give it a shot here, Asteroid. It's time for the lockdown. Showstopper, though, is just being unleashed here, and Lemon will blow up Asterisk.
He's gonna still get caught by that ultimate, and the detain is gonna be huge. Ching, oh, such an easy pick. This leaves Johan to try to go for the insane 2v1 clutch. He spots out the first, but Eeyore has been so solid with these clutch scenarios. They don't even need flip sitter, but the time is gonna be there. 2 seconds and a dream, and a thrifty round win for Boom.
No sweat whatsoever on the defuse. No panicking at all. Just watching that spike be. Well, just watch it from go bottom to top. And there you have it. Even though that detain, though, that detain that was protected by Boom Esports was instrumental for that thrifty win. They prevented Eman from getting even more value with the showstopper, as well as basically having that slow orb in the way to prevent him from killing that lockdown in the first place. In the meantime now, GXR, they still need to be careful that because Boom, they can always put up a fight here, Asteroid. That's the thing. Boom Esports is such an experienced team that knows what they're doing round for round. They have a plan, they look to execute, and it's just up to them if they can do just that. Blaze, though, no risk here this time. Gets the takedown onto 2. Georgie M and both duelists do fall to the hand of the Battle Sage. And because of that, Resurrection is available here for Blaze. And not only that, Asteroid, it's just a complete shutdown of the initiation of GXR.
The singular peak there from Georgie, giving Blaze so much cred to just, again, force the 1v1. The fallout from Eman was basically a run down the ramp. You know, they're not rushing in like a horde. They're rushing in like runways. It's not looking too good. NC Slasher making a lot of distance here, but Johan has crept up. Ching, beautiful shots through the smoke, and Johan, these lurks have been damn on point here. Who has the spike now? It is going to be nobody, as the spike was planted somewhere or placed somewhere on sewers. They could straight up go for the A site, as there is noise being done by the rest of GXR here. Although Shang is left with 1 HP, he's already but called it. And with the noise done by from the shadows, this will just signal the rest that it's gonna be the A site, and they're gonna have to retake it. Boom, still stuck at B.
Oh, they're looking around. They're trying to confirm it. And they will go for the resurrection. That's why they're clearing out this B site before going back to A. And now, with the spike planted, it's a race against the clock here for Boom Esports, but they have the numbers, and there you go with the lineup. But no, Ching can only get a single kill. Blaze in meantime with a quad already, and can he get the ace here versus GXR? We've seen Blaze do wonders in the previous map. Can he do it again? It's a battle of the clutch agents, the battle of the clutch players here between both sides. Carl versus Blaze, 2 titans clashing, but only one can win. Carl now dropping on down, Blaze up above, but the shots from below will allow Carl to clutch it out for GXR, and yet again, you can count on Carl.
Carl has been so smart in these little frags of him, his little duels. Blaze, a quick little replay, that would have been Dawn gone dark. But Ching and Johan, the 2 players, 2 of the 3 players from the Archangel previous roster, worked together in tandem to go for the clutch, and Carl also from the old Archangel roster getting in that clutch. So they're really putting in the value here in the GXR, now in their current team, GXR. And what's kind of amazing about that is, for the most part, that should have been around for Boom. Speaking of around for Boom, Georgie, he's on an island once again. Nobody is helping him out. This Boom bot about to explode. Emon follows up, double kill, yes. There's gonna be Blaze, not taking out a cranium of a Johan. The double stack by NC Slasher. They have the spike once more, and they can take and cut noise here if they do decide to do so. 8 bullets in a dream, and that's going to leave only Asterisk to remain as NC Slasher drops down from the B heavens. Asterisk playing on ropes. Carl not knowing the dangers that lurk behind him. But did he look around? Oh, his opponent now has a Phantom. This is going to be close, but the peak, the timing, beautiful for Carl, 3K.
What a turn of events there in that round. A series of unfortunate events for both sides. Georgie, oh Georgie, poor Georgie. Showstopper coming to his face. He dashes on away, still gets taken down. But Eman with such a good proactive play there, pushing on forward to get to Blaze. Unfortunately, only had the Sheriff, I believe, so he couldn't go for that quick refrag, and he was a little bit late on the peak. And while Boom was tempted by the gold glistening on the other side, those beautiful guns they could have picked up, Carl there keeping an eye out, and that was just that. So Boom Esports, they need a timeout because this is not what was expected from them. We mentioned that they are the kings of split in the Indonesian region, but that reign has been tested and has been basically said no to by the likes of Onyx and Alter Ego. Is this truly the fall from grace from Boom Esports on a map like Split? I said it the last time Boom was playing. They were trying to find a new home on something like Ascent, I believe, and it still didn't pan out for them. And really now, where is Boom gonna go to for these map picks, if ever?
It's probably not the map picks that they struggle with the most. I think it's just more of, because again, that would be such a huge thing, right? Trying to be a pro team and you're deathly allergic to, let's say, Split. That is not what you want to happen.
That's no bueno.
That is no bueno. But at least I think one of the issues right now for Boom that has been plaguing them, at least in this Split map, is I think it's the ability of GXR to, again, rush in as a squad, and the standard of you double stacking with somebody just to help you out in the back of the side, the crossfires just aren't there. But as I say that, look at the trades that is happening here. Georgie holds himself up onto Cubby there, swings wide onto Elbow, and basically sucker punches the rest of the Boom squad who have left themselves on the A site. The smoke gives a bit of coverage. Blaze is going to be into the corner here, spots out Johan, but there's still more to remain. The flashes will be coming through. Blaze anticipates, putting his back onto his opponent. It's very risky, but he still survives for now. Spike has yet to get planted down, and this leaves Asterisk to clutch once more. The flick, not going to be real, and this holds true for GXR. 8-3, they need one more round before we end the half, but they are looking solid on their attacking.
Yeah, just such an assault there. And GXR, from how their playstyle has been in the first place, they know how to make attacks happen. Non-split, they're proving it even more so against, of course, the geometry of the map itself. But we've been seeing that in SCA as well. Well, the breach pick has been popular for one reason or the other for some pro teams. They're also trying to say, you know, split. We can make an attack inside it. And it's just because of that knowledge of the map itself. Know the default angles and know how to counter them in the first place. Prevent yourself from getting funneled in. Prevent yourself from getting plugged in this onslaught and in this impact. And oh no, Blaze! He was watching that jellyfish just stare him right in the eye. Flipster though loving that. Paint shells real quick. Georgie with the kill on the ER, but Asterisk now with the takedown of the Georgie after the blades do not get the connection. And in this instance, it's 4v4. GXR waiting for that lockdown to just give them the space that they need. They are pushing into the tower and more. Asterisk right now waiting behind the crate. Johan with the kill with the Flipster, and tower control is the heist that GXR has been looking for. And while this is happening, GXR says, okay, we killed everyone on A, let's go to B.
They've done the damage already. And they know that there was already, I believe, the Sage who was somewhere on screens. If he's not going to be an elbow or the side itself, it's going to be somewhere CT side. And that gives so much time for GXR just to keep doing what they were already planning, which is to just go straight up onto the rope side. Now, Carl is going to be able to spot the one, and he's almost shut down there, but you know what? It wasn't really going to be possible, I think, for Blaze to make anything happen because there's 3 more still waiting at the B side in GXR, and they have set up such a beautiful crossfire. And now, Dax, second half, going to be 9-3 with GXR having the important pivotal point of their group stage. It's not the win. It's not just the win. It's how the difference of the rounds are against BME that will affect their standings going into the playoffs.
Yeah, it's going to be huge, especially if they win this pistol and run away with the second round of the second half. 9-3 can easily become 11-3. The Boom Esports know that this is their chance for a clean slate. This is their reprieve, and they need to get back on the path to Berlin. Can they make it happen though, as GXR already stationed to play the aggression? Carl here with M, and Georgie gonna be so close to danger. With that frenzy, does get to take that back on the way with the dash. Evan gonna get it on the board as well as NC Slasher will chase down Georgie. But here we have it. Paranoia cannot blast back away in time. Blaze with that takedown. And even with the aggress there from GXR, Boom able to equalize. It's 3v3, but now a reset as everyone is just trying to figure out what's going on and where to go to.
Okay. Oh, sewers for a bit. Johan, this is hella risky by Johan. If they charge in as a 3, he would give so much control on the B Heaven side. As you can see where the rest of GXR are placing themselves, they're really holding these close angles by their lonesome. Although, to be fair, Johan has given that info for them. Carl is just holding the close once more, and they're about to charge him out. This could be perfect if he can just land the shots. Yes, he gets 2! Carl, are you kidding me? Odin's son came into play. Johan, he heard everything, and he related like a sonographer in a submarine to the rest of GXR. The bing, 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 the boing, boing, boing. He gave all that information, and GXR capitalized in the pistol.
And Galaxy Racer proving so much how they prepared for a map like this. Their aggression is their best tool in many of these situations. Their lethality with the mechanics just keep them afloat in these dire situations. And it has been their bread and butter on a map like this. Boom, in the meantime, we saw some good coverage a while ago in the previous map, but this time they are lagging behind on the refrag department. And with GXR just so hasty in the movement, so quick on the trigger fingers, you have no time to react. But Carl, though, he got spotted out there, and Blaze, he will get to. Seems like some leadership is needed here by Boom, and Blaze is trying to take that battle up yet again. Now then, it is going to be 5v3. GXR, though, it's going to be a bit risky here, Mr. Asteroid, because they are rifle buys on Galaxy Racer, and if Boom Esports can take that away from them, oh, it's going to be so perilous to the GXR economy. Can Johan stand up against many members here of Boom? He gets 1, he gets 2, he gets 3, and it seems like that's going to be good enough for him as he dies and had a Flipster there, and it's now 2v1. All up to Ching now, as it's going to be Boom looking to play on A site.
There's a lot of pressure of Ching to try to get these clutch scenarios. He has yet to get even one, I believe, when they had that Haven match from that previous game. Maybe Ching can try to do something now. He's gonna try to, or not try, but creep his way slowly onto screens here. The double stack, the crossfire, it's gonna be deadly. It's all up to him to perform up. And he rise to the task, rise to the occasion, but he got just brought down hard by Asterisk. And that all stemmed from just the stack flash outside of B male. Look at this nice little spray down by Johan. He was 3 HP and 4 bullets in, and he could have done some damage. But again, the big problem there was they botched it. The 3-man stack on mid, they just botched it.
Yeah, they tried, man. Like, GXR tried, but that fatal mistake at the start, and now giving up the guns, basically, to Boom. Luckily for GXR, only one remaining member there for Boom at the very end of that. But still, it's Boom now with the advantage with the rifles. Galaxy Racer will have to pull a rabbit out of this hat. Can they make another magic track happen on splits? We do have these pistols, though, on the defending side and trying to hold the close angles. But for Boom Esports, they find one opening. They should just take it, because this is the perfect time right now to just stomp GXR in a single round.
Is the best time for them to make that a possibility. There is some corralling by GXR on mid somewhere. The smokes have been propped up here by Eeyore and the rest of the BME squad, but I think they made a lot of noise, and they're betting. They're hoping that nobody has played on that B site, but smartly enough, Ching is still there. He's popped the smoke himself. I think it's going to be a one-way. So if they do try to explode onto the site, he can still make some damage, but the movement from not Archangel rather, but Galaxy Racer, they've all but gone for the A side once more. Again, they want to stack this because they only have the pistols, but this B side, nobody is here. Knock, knock, nobody's home.
Well, might as well come in. I guess your house is mine now. Spike Splashing. Thank you. Thank you for the free house. Or in this case, thank you for the free sites. It's moving day for Boom Esports. They called in the trucks and they put all their stuff already on that B site to call home. GXR, though, can't really blame them going for the 5-stack, but now they're going to have to fight on back. A few pickoffs can help them out immensely, as Boom Esports should get this round unless everything just completely catastrophically falls apart. Ching, though, with the ding flips, so they're gonna go on down. Time is ticking. GXR need to go to grow on in. Ching right now with another one. Blazo in the meantime with 2 so far. And Ching, he's getting the pickoffs, but still those guns for Boom Esports. Emma, though, keeping an eye out. There we go with ER and NC Slasher getting the takedowns. And in the end, Blaze will get caught in the blast radius, giving the gun to Carl. And after everything is said and done, that was actually a proper round from GXR. They lose the round, but they have rounds to give anyway, and they just hurt the economy of Boom Esports instead.
They took out their card. They withdrew some cash. What happened was it got eaten up hard there by the machine, and BME, it seems like their investment all but not. Still, the good thing about that, though, is because they won a thrifty round buy, and they bought into a gun round after, they can actually still technically have a second gun round after that one as well, if they do ever lose. And you can see that is the case. They have full shields as well as proper rifles, except for maybe Slasher, who only has that Spectre, but still nonetheless workable.
Yeah, just the efforts of GXR prevent the snowball, but they're not out of the woods as of yet. They need to be careful. They still need to get around here to remove Boom Esports and their momentum. On the flip side, for Boom, they can still fight and they can still win. Paint shells now getting lobbed onto each side. Emin having to back on away. GXR, though, respecting the utility of Boom Esports, but at the same time, they're still ready there to fight as close as possible. Look at that there, Mr. Asteroid. GXR even taking control of the garage. If they can stop that Spike from getting any close to the B site, it's going to be helpful. And there you go, Ching stepping up when he is needed the most, getting the takedown onto Asterisk and NC Slasher. Delivery denied. Emma going for the kill on the ER as well. Flips to the right now, trying to go for the invasion. And it seems like Boom Esports will get it back as Ching turns all around. Emma, though, you need to turn around. Oh, Blaze going for the 180 versus Georgie, but cannot hit its mark.
30
It's
seconds
2v2 right now. Both sides taking opportunities and moving and leaving with some of them as well. Georgie though with 2 so far. GXR right now with a dash on in. It's 1v1 time. Showstopper is here and Flipster. Can he race against the clock? No, he cannot. It's GXR with that round victory. They stopped the push. They stopped the plant early on, and they will be able to stop this Boom Esports momentum with a round win. What a victory though for GXR, as both sides taking and leaving opportunities on the table.
Dude, Boom, they already got the site, and they're still lurking into that. Blaze, if he had just a better shot at the second target, which is Georgie, they could have definitely gotten the round, but he left the heaviest hitter of GXR alive. And look at the catastrophe, the carnage that Georgie leaves in his wake, hitting 3 shots with just pure accuracy. And the first thing again is that I want to point out, Boom never stops lurking, and this catches GXR more times than not. But thankfully enough, again, they do have the cracked clutcherists in the form of Georgie to help them at least get a better percentage transition to go into this later stage of that round. Good job, Georgie.
Yep. Yeah, name Georgie, occupation clutcherist. That's his ID. That's his statement. And the Baraka Jet, of course, proving to us that life's a beach and he is quite a shot. Flipster though, oh, he's waiting and he showed his legs. He showed his legs, and Georgie, he was on the hunt to go for the takedown, but the paint shells will force the disengage. Now Georgie hunts down the target versus Astros, as Johan did fall early on into the round. Vandal though gonna get picked on up from GXR, just making the lines blurred here, Asterai. It's Boom Esports on the attacking side, but GXR trying to take a few angles here and there. Ching yet again inside the garage with the judge this time. Emma though peeking into too many people! And he was a hero, but he will get turned into a 0 there. Carl though zeroing on in versus Flipster there. Here comes Ching with a paranoia. Oh, knife out at the wrong time. NC Slasher with a takedown as Carl and Georgie get the kills. But the Trailblazer will be sicked on to NC Slasher. Time to go to A site. Never mind, go back to B, I guess. Still Spike is in hand, and GXR. Oh, they fell for the bluff, but now they will know where Boom is. Wow, I'm just so surprised that GXR hastily ran for that A side after one of the few examples a while ago.
To be fair, it's a 2 versus 1, so whether they get faked or not by it, they still need to stick together because they don't want to isolate the fight for NC Slasher. He tries to go and sneak and creep his way onto the smoke, but it's not going to happen. Georgie too quick on the case. And I said Shang, but it was actually, I squealed Emma. I should have squealed Emma's name there. He was vibing, but there's just too many targets, and it wasn't a judge that was in his hands. He was only the Spectre. Not as effective as you'd think in just charging out into smoke with your satchel to catch off your opponents. Not as effective.
Yeah, hero plays, sometimes it can work, sometimes it falls flat on his face, and that was the latter. That was just, oh, that's 4 people with 3 of them shooting at me. That's not good. And in the end, GXR still able to make it happen anyway. Ching with a beautiful paranoia, but not the best knife out situation. NC Slasher, of course, giving it the good old college try, but Georgie right now will be schooling Flipster there and Blaze there. Is this gonna be the coup de grace? Is this gonna be the dart to the heart? Is this gonna be the operator to just basically be surgical versus Boom Esports? Because Galaxy Racer are looking for that map win. Can they do it here and now? Ching with that takedown, and that is that. GXR and their aggression. They are making a constellation up in the skies, and Galaxy Racer will get on the board here and now.